Hello, hello. It's been a while, hasn't it? I apologize for not being so frequent with my uploads, but I don't know, it just hasn't the inspiration hasn't really struck me. But someone did actually request that I do a video, like a part two on the power of posture. So yeah, I thought I might as well write some more notes. I've got a new little. I actually think this notebook's really cool. It's like, I think it's all paper, but it's just got like a really nice finish to it, and it's got all my secrets in there. That I only some of them I shall reveal. But yeah, I'm gonna talk more about the posture stuff because I think it's really important, and just from like the effects it's had on my life. Um, I think it's worth sharing, and if it can inspire someone else to try and go on this similar sort of path, then it'll be worth it, I think. Um, it is a bit of a dreary day today, so I'm not working at the moment. So I thought I'd do a quick video. But you still got to get outside, get some grounding, got my bare feet on the ground. I actually did try and shoot this video inside, but I feel like I'm much more sort of engaged when I'm outside, and I'm like, yeah, got better thoughts when I'm outside too, which is not got anything to do with the subject of the video, but I think it's worthwhile mentioning. So yeah, the importance of posture, probably pretty important these days, because I think everyone's posture is like degenerating and getting much worse. Hopefully you can hear me over the wind. I really don't want to shoot this video again, but yeah, posture seems to be getting worse and worse because we just spend so much time sitting down and not even really thinking about our posture. And things like hip and knee replacements are at an all-time high, which is probably due to our posture and our imbalances in the body. Which, like, posture is kind of like the foundation of imbalances in the body, and then you can kind of go into more technical stuff like analyzing your movement and your gait, like which is like your movement patterns, like how you walk and you run and all that stuff. But it's also always good to start at like a foundation of your standing posture, which is all this is all really what I've learned from FP, functional patterns, which is a training sort of methodology, which is not really just about training. It's about like thinking and like social behaviors and pretty much just like a rewiring of the brain to like just be more like a human, if that makes sense. But yeah, hip and knee surgeries are at all-time high, which is I think a big factor due to like our bodies degrading because of our dysfunctional postures and the way we move. So the ways we can kind of prevent that and help like others who are like even dealing with those things is to kind of just focus on aligning their posture better, which like a vast majority of it will come down to like how your abdominal, like how engaged your abdominal wall is like during standing, and like breathing as well. So like having a properly functioning diaphragm is like key to all this really, and then you can kind of focus on the rest afterwards. But if you can't breathe properly and you've got like the wrong type of pressures in your abdominal wall, the rest of the body will just kind of collapse around it, because it's the core, right? They call it the core for the reason. It's very, very important. And there's way that goes about this. I'm not just saying you just start doing sit-ups and all that stuff, because there's definitely a right way to do it and a wrong way to do it. But I won't go into detail about that today. Just more about the importance of posture to our bodies and our health and well-being. So yeah, it helps alleviate pain if our posture's more aligned, and then the optimal breathing, just like if you have like a more upright sort of chest, it'll like open up this area to expand your diaphragm more, which will allow you to intake more oxygen, which is key for like stress response and stuff like that as well. Yeah, and stress response, like even just having like a hunched over posture will activate your stress response. So it's pretty key to like have a more like proud, I keep doing this, but like a proud sort of posture will kind of send signals to your brain and your body that like you're in like a safe space and you're able to function properly. Um, if your posture is deficient, you won't likely be able to absorb nutrients properly. So even if like you're eating like the best foods, best quality foods you can possibly find, if your posture is deficient, it'll be sending off like stress responses to your body, and then you just won't be able to assimilate the nutrients from the good foods you get. So it even kind of like uh, predates not the right word, but like it's a step before like even focusing on diet. It's like your posture. As weird as that sounds, it's like, I mean, what's the point of eating good food if your body can't really uptake it? But I'm not saying just to eat whatever. Like definitely still eat the nutrient-dense food. But just think about it like this: if your posture's better and your body's more aligned, you'll be able to absorb the nutrients much better. Yeah. But nutrition is very important. Don't negate nutrition, because like from my personal experience, I just kind of I cut out a lot of foods in my diet. I was just like eating fish and vegetables, and like I've had a fair few negative health impacts from that. So yeah, I'm definitely getting back onto more nutrient dense foods. That's going to be another video, so save that for later. And aligning your body and your posture will help with circulation and even like lymph drainage. Your lymphs kind of drain downwards to your feet, which is more due to like lymph drainage goes to like your body as well. So like your body movement, sorry. So that's pretty important to get rid of all the bad stuff, and yeah. Posture, like even posture will make you more attractive. Like it's been shown that like a symmetrical body is much more aesthetically pleasing to just to look at, to the opposite sex or the same sex. It even helps like regulate your body fat levels, percentages, because if your body's not really aligned, it'll kind of just like, it'll still be in that stress fight or flight response, sorry, and it won't like even worry about your body fat percentages, or it even may like put more fat on because it thinks like, oh, we're in this state that we need to be like just holding onto everything, and it won't be able to like metabolize fat properly and things like that. And then when you've got the proper posture, you'll have like better energy levels because you won't always be fighting for that stress response. And then that will allow like the proper hormones to be released, and you just feel like much more regulated. And I mean, I still have a long way to go, but I feel like a massive difference in my calmness. Like you're less like anxious when your posture is more aligned, and it's probably due to like these pains you don't even really like, you don't consciously feel, but they're there. Like your body can kind of understand that like you're out of alignment, and then potentially like sends adrenaline to the body to kind of push through the pain, which is like kind of like a self-destructive sort of survival mode, I guess, but it's just kind of pushing you through to keep going. That's just like my thoughts on it, but I could be wrong. And then even like increasing like libido and like just regulating that, which will in turn like help with your if you're a man, testosterone production, or the I don't even know what proper, because apparently estrogen is like a stress hormone. So there's like another hormone that's is it progesterone for females? I don't know. Tell me if you know what it is. But it will just help regulate those hormones as well. And then healthy libido is like a sign of good health, and it's good stuff. Which will help with like your endocrine system and all that stuff. I don't know much about the endocrine system, but I do want to learn more about like anatomy, and like I think like a kinesiology book would be good for that. So if you know of any good like kinesiology books like that relate to the endocrine system, I would be very interested if you've And like, what happened to me recently? I had like so this is like my personal experience of like dysfunctional sort of posture. My left shoulder, um, I think my scapula is just like too internally rotated, so I was impinging on a nerve, and it still kind of does a little bit. I can feel like the nerve feedback in my left arm, but it was actually really painful. And it was partially due to like not enough. I wasn't eating enough, but also partially due to like just I've got these internally rotated scapulas, I guess, and like shoulders, and then chest due to like a multitude of things that I won't go into detail. But like my left shoulder was very painful. It's a lot better now. And then obviously like my body wasn't responding well, so I was in like a stress response. So yeah, you got to look at stuff like that, and there is ways to fix it. And probably the best way I've found is the system, like the training system, functional patterns. Couldn't recommend it enough, to be honest. And I mean, I've been doing it for 2 years, and I'm still like scratching the surface. Really, like the core stuff is really like the basic foundation, but there's so much more after that you learn. And yeah, so I'll stop myself rambling now, but hopefully you found that video useful. Let me know if you kind of have any ideas of your own, or if you want to learn more. You can ask me any questions, because I'm just a fountain of knowledge. But like people do find these useful and interesting, and I feel like I can impart some useful knowledge, but it's not my knowledge, it's just stuff I've read and then put into a video format. So hopefully it's easy to understand, because I know some people struggle to understand like kind of the difficult terminology of these things. So maybe the way I explain it's a bit more digestible. But yeah, let me know if you like it or you don't like it, because I really like talking about it, and there's so much more to talk about. But I'll leave that for another video.